Hello everybody, Mr. the Vestman here, bringing you the final mission of Dungeon Defenders at this moment in time, because I'm fairly certain in the future we will be revisiting this series. However, this level, the bonus level that you unlock after beating the game, or can play after beating the game, I should say, or you can play at any time depending on who you're with, is difficult, and you're going to be introduced to your new enemy, Distance. Yes, Distance. The act of, moving from one place to another. And the reason I say this is because this map is big. About halfway through this video, I will demonstrate, well, you can see it pop up once in a while, the map. This level is very big, the crystals are very spread out, and Distance actually will be your worst enemy. What will happen, and a quick side note, if you're wondering where I've placed everything, I will once again show you the mini-map about halfway through this video, so you can have an accurate representation. Otherwise, they're fairly straightforward. Anywhere there's a staircase pretty well needs defending. Choke points that are just outside of spawns need defending. The northeast, southwest, the southwest crystal needs wyvern defense. The northmost crystal needs wyvern defense. All crystals have an opportunity to be attacked by ogres. The ogres on this level are tough, and they can be numerous. And you're really going to want to be careful of necros. But, once again, I'm going to go back into saying Distance is your worst enemy, and the reason for this is the map is so big, the crystals are so spread out, that you can't, if you're playing solo or with just two people, it becomes very, very difficult, near impossible to cover all areas of attack effectively. This level, I highly recommend you try with 4 people, because even a bunch of lower level, a group of 4 lower level can handle this level, but one person by himself, even at level 70, although I mean he's gonna be okay. At level 70 is a bit of an exaggeration. Let's say 50. Even at level 50, one person solo can struggle on this level from the sheer fact there will be so many enemies at so many locations. It's just going to become overwhelming. And my personal suggestion for the layout of the traps you'll see in a little bit. But the biggest thing, the most overwhelming thing I think in this level is your character location, actually. You have 4 crystals. You have a central crystal right there. You have one to the north, one to the east, one to the west. The best thing you can do, in my opinion, have 4 people, one person at the north crystal, one person at the west crystal, one person at the east crystal, and have your 4th person walk around repairing and dealing with ogres, because the ogres will be numerous. And the reason I say the 4th person should walk around is because the central crystal is going to be fairly well guarded. You can see I've got pretty hefty defenses myself, and I suggest you do the same. That excuse me. That way it lets that 4th person walk around. That 4th person can repair. That one can go to hot zones. That guy can go to high traffic zones, wherever you need to. And as you can see, I'm the one that's walking around. So I do suggest, if you do this method of having the 4th person walk around the map, make sure that's your strongest character. That's going to be your squires or your huntresses. Someone's fast or powerful. Your apprentice could do it as well. Just make sure he doesn't take any hits. I wouldn't suggest the monk unless you're a combat monk, because generally the monk isn't the fastest nor the strongest. I obviously would highly suggest the squire as the main one there. And he can really just walk around, and he will really help mitigate those distances, because what will happen is, because you already have people at the crystals, if they need help, they can at least stall till you get there, and that's really beneficial, because once again, if you're by yourself or if you're in a group of 2, it's really tough to just deal with traveling back and forth to all these hot zones. Now right here, a picture will pop up. There we go, a freeze frame. And you can see the layout right now. So at the north, we have a barricaded just before the staircase with a bunch of stuff. Just south of that, we have a deadly striker pointing to the east. That's where the first set of wyverns spawn. And if you look at the bottom left crystal, it's a cluster of stuff there, but there's a wooden bridge there that's blockaded, and then we have deadly strikers, and they are pointing slightly at a 45 going northwest and going southwest. And that's to deal with those wyverns. We'll also have a 3rd deadly striker pointing right at the crystal, and that's to help deal with there's quite a few wyverns that come down there, frankly, and that's to help deal with any wyverns that just might get through. That's not the perfect setup. There is better ways to deal with that. But it is the setup that works. It will work. You're going to take a few crystal hits, but it will work. Once again, if you wanted a more detailed look, please go to our XBLA fans guide, where you can find really large images of the map to really get a sense of what's going on. Otherwise, you can just rewind 30 seconds and freeze frame. The choke points are fairly obvious overall. The rightmost crystal, you got a blockade on one side, and then there's an enemy spawn, so you can see that's the rightmost blockade. Then as I walk past here, we've blocked off this door with a simple slice and dice, and the bottom of the stairs with the magical blockades. It's pretty simple overall. Once again, the main problem here is distances. I will also point out you will face a lot of ogres on this map, upwards of 10 ogres. Sometimes two at a time, depending on the difficulty, it could be more. And you just really need to be cautious of that. The ogres will spawn with quite a bit of health if you're playing with 4 people, 100k plus on medium. Obviously, if you're on hard or even on insane, they're going to be 200, 300k health ogres. You really have to be cautious of that. Otherwise, the level really won't throw too many surprises at you unit-wise. They'll be your average goblins, red health, about 1000k health for the enemies. Once again, the main problem here will be distances and the occasional ogres that will pop up. But otherwise, I hope you enjoyed that. This is Vestman for XBLA fans, and we will see everyone next time on Dungeon Defenders.